All right, streaming here live. What's going on? Tripp Kramer here from trippadvice.com, coming at you. Hope I'm not too loud. Hopefully you can hear me. New studio, new mic, new everything. Look at that. This is great. Today we're talking about girls only doing this one specific thing that really tells you that she likes you. It's very, very, very specific, fairly obvious, but it's not something that a lot of guys are paying attention to. Okay, so we're going to be talking about that today. And we're going to be taking calls per usual. So if you want to call in, don't call in yet, though, because the line is not open. We will take calls towards the end per usual. If this is your first time watching live, welcome. We do this every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. So mark your calendars because that's when we're doing this. Say hello in the chat, especially if this is your first time. This is my afternoon slot for the people who are all the way in Europe who are watching, or maybe some of you people who have a lunch break where you can watch. So hello from Sweden. What's up, George? Patrick, what's up, man? Can't wait to start working with you, buddy. Patrick. Oliver, what's up? Papi Leon. My new biggest fan is here. Did you guys ever see the movie Misery, based on a Stephen King book? She's like, I'm your number one fan. And then she continues to trap him in her house and beat the shit out of him. So, okay. Let's get into it. Just so you know, if you don't know already, I have a sneeze coming on. That's not what I was going to say, but it's coming on. And I need to focus my energy towards the live, hold it in, and wait. What's up, everybody? So, if you don't know already, not about the sneezing, but about the fact that coaching is available to you, I highly, highly suggest that if you are trying to get better faster, that you give this a shot and you fill out an application, which you can find in the description below, coachedbytripp.com. Hello, everyone. Yes, lots of people from Ghana, from Germany. So cool. G Money, first time attending the live. So yeah, if you are interested in getting help from me, because the YouTube videos or the podcast or my book or my program isn't really getting you to the level where you want to be at, and you want to get to that level faster, coaching is your best option. It's your best option. Okay, let's not spam the chat. So exterior, you're going to have to be put on a timeout. Okay. Oliver, we're going to talk about that question in just a bit. So don't worry. Please don't spam the chat. Really holding in that sneeze. So, coaching helps you faster because I'm going to be creating what would be a customized plan for you to be able to go out and meet women. So if you have bad approach anxiety, not sure what to say in conversation, you have a girl situation where you want to get that solved. Maybe it's getting an ex back, getting over an ex, getting a girl that you already know. We can talk about that. Go to coachedbytripp.com and apply today. All right. So, Arrow, you didn't miss anything. We just got started. But yes, say hello in the chat. Say hello. Good to see everyone. Adam Wickersham, always here to say hello. Cool. Okay. Girls will only do this if they like you. What will they do? What will they do? I'll basically say it in one sentence. The thing that a woman will do, that a woman does. Can anyone guess? I'm not even going to say it yet. Guess. Go ahead and write in the chat. What do you think a woman does? And by the way, this is not sexual. It's something before that. Okay? So, no, the answer is not sex or blowjobs or anything like that. I mean, yes, if that happens, she's definitely interested in you. But there's something even less obvious than that that says that she likes you, that she's interested. And in fact, I talk about it quite a bit. Can you guess what it is? Can you guess what it is? What do you think? No, it's not smile. People are guessing it right. Food. Long eye contact. Interesting. Give you hints. See, a lot of guys think that women are more subtle than they actually are. Women are subtle in ways, but if you can catch what's going on, it's not really that subtle. A lot of you guys are getting it right, and I love it that you're saying it in a different way. What else you got? A lot of people are saying touch. Touch? That's not true. Actually, touch is not true. Touch is sort of a sign, but any girl can touch you. Any girl can touch you in any way. Really should have gotten this sneeze out before we started. Okay. You guys said it. A lot of you guys said it. Time. G Money, you said time, effort, consistency, attention. Yeah, time, effort, attention. Contact. Engages you, R. Austin said. It may seem like I just did a bunch of drugs before we started this, but really I just have allergies. What else we got? I'm saying the correct ones, by the way. Come to you, make time for you, attention, reserve time for you, see you, time and attention. Yes, yes, yes. Nah, not stay in conversation with you, because a girl could just be your friend, time and attention. Now, here's where it gets tricky, my friends. So yes, that is the answer, time and attention. But we got to put a little asterisk on it because there's like a little footnote. There's like one little thing that you guys kind of said. You talked about touch and things like that. So basically it's this. Give you time and attention. But you got to understand that this time and attention can still be done from a friend, right? Like it can still be done from... a person that has put you in the friend zone. So that gets confusing because the guy can be like, well, I was on a Tripp Advice Live and he said that girls will like me and they show me this by paying attention to me. This girl likes me because she's showing me attention, right? But I'm still in the friend zone. So what's going on, right? So what's the difference? Well, you have to understand that it's up to you. I'm not going to be talking about whether you're in the friend zone right now. I'm talking about what you need to do before a friend zone situation even occurs. Before a friend zone situation occurs, you need to set up the context. You need to set up the context that this is a dating scenario, that you were interested, that you guys aren't just hanging out as friends. That's on you. She needs to know that you are going to be pursuing her sexually. So yes, in a sense, it does all lead eventually to sex and to touching and things like that. Like it does lead to that point where you know for sure. But the thing is if you set it up correctly in a dating context, and then she gives you the time and attention that we were just talking about, game over. Well, not game over. But at least we know that she's interested. Does that make sense? Yes in the chat. Write yes in the chat if that makes sense. Go ahead. Sorry for all the sniffles, by the way. G Money says women are followers. You have to guide them. Yeah, you do have to guide them. In a sense, they want to be led. They want to be led. They want the masculine energy to lead them. What if it's a girl you meet on the street? Same idea. You can set up the context. You meet a girl on the street. By the way, I teach guys how to do this every day in my coaching program. So we teach you how to go and meet women on the street, and then you set up the context, and I teach you how to do that as well. You set up the dating context. You're going to say to her, hey, you seem cool. We should hang out sometime. In fact, why don't we go grab some coffee right now? Come on with me. Lots of yeses. You guys are getting it. That is the way you're going to start setting up the context. And then another way you're going to set up the context is you're going to actually go for the physical advances, right? You're going to be going for the kiss. You're going to be flirting with her. I mean, yeah, she's going to know. But a lot of guys are so scared to set up that context because they're scared of rejection. And this is where it gets really confusing to guys. Like this, I had to learn this also. Like, really hear me out here. A lot of guys get scared to set up the context because if they don't, they're afraid that if they do, they'll get rejected, right? Like they're just trying to make the whole process so seamless. Like, let's make this really seamless by just spending enough time with her until finally maybe she makes the move, or we have this one perfect moment where boom, we go for the kiss. And it just happens, like this romantic comedy, this movie, like this moment. That's not how life works. Not in relationships. So you need to be setting up the context, you doing it, not waiting for her to do it. Yes, lead her. And if she joins you, there it is. That means she's interested. I'm glad this all makes sense to you guys. You know, it's interesting. A lot of guys, they're deathly afraid of rejection. And I think it's a combination of the deathly afraid of rejection combined with, someone said here that's only in the movies, combined with just having the wrong information. It's like this, I don't blame a lot of guys. I really don't. I don't blame you. You have been taught the wrong information and you see the wrong information. And so, of course, you interpret it as such, where you always end up in the friend zone, where things just kind of happen. And the loser, let me tell you something too. God, all these movies, I should do a whole video dissecting all these movies. There's so many movies that show you the loser getting the girl, and it just wouldn't happen. You know, it's like the bumbling fool, loser, nerd gets the girl because the pretty girl, for no reason at all, thinks it's kind of cute. That doesn't happen. That's just not how it works. Because in these movies, the loser, the dork, the nerd, whatever that type of character, he's rarely exhibiting masculine qualities. Maybe like at the end of a movie, you know, he does something heroic and she's like, oh, my hero, because he finally stepped into his masculinity. Right? So, boom. Then there you go. Adam, you said, what do you mean by lead? Well, it means that you're being dominant. So one concept I talk about is dominance, where you're the guy who's doing the approach. You're the guy who's starting the flirting. You're the guy who's asking her out. You're the guy who's making the first physical move. You're the guy who's doing all that. Okay? That's how that works. You need to be taking the lead. There's exceptions. You know, once in a while, a woman will step in. But it's just very rare. Yes, Josh says, so we need to set up context from step one. Step one, she should never think for a moment this guy is trying to be my friend. If it's okay if she's confused, that means at least she has a hint that you're interested. But from the very minute, step 1, step 0, step 0.5, she should know. So, Nerds the movie, best example. Yeah, that's a good one. God, I forgot how it went though. But yeah, they ended up liking the Nerds for no good reason, from what I remember. Does anyone have any other examples? Like the movie She's Just Out of My League. It's just so funny. That whole movie. Obviously, it's a joke. It's a movie. Like this guy, like it's a fantasy. This guy who's complete nerd loser, does nothing at all masculine, complete bumbling fool, gets the hot girl. And that's why it's a movie, because it's interesting and you don't see it like that. But understand that would never happen in real life. A girl would not be attracted to that at all. So, there you go. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think about that? Is anyone in the friend zone now? I believe I've asked that question before in the live. Is anyone in the friend zone now? By the way, if you're in a friend zone situation now, I want you to go to the chat and go to coachedbytripp.com. I put that link in there. And apply today if you want to learn not how to get out of a friend zone situation you're in, but I want you to learn how to prevent ever being in the friend zone in the first place. So if you find that you're a guy who doesn't know how to set up the context, who ends up in a friend zone situation all the time, you're going to be in big trouble. So you need to learn how to set up the context so that you don't get in that situation, and how to get over the fear of setting up the context. So I want to help you with that. Okay? There's a guy I'm working with right now who he would get in the friend zone pretty much with every girl he would ever meet. And what's amazing is after working together for maybe about 4 or 5 weeks, every situation he found himself in, whether he got rejected or not, it was never a friend zone situation. She always knew that he was interested. And of course, let's, be real. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. You can't get every single girl in the world, but it's so good to get rejected from a girl because you set up the context. Rejection is good. That means you're doing it right. Okay? So, won't stand for trolls, not today. So if you're going to say anything, we're going to put you in a timeout or kick you out altogether. And say anything, the guy stands outside the girl's window with a boombox playing the song they first had sex to. Yeah. That is that movie. Yeah, unfortunately, very funny movie in some cases, but also very Hollywood. Very Hollywood. Oliver said, what do I charge for coaching? I have so many different packages. So we would have to get on the phone and see which package is best for you. But there's all different ranges for the price. Sign up, though. If you're over 18, you automatically pre-qualify for coaching. Guys, I'm going to open up the lines. Let's do this. If you have questions, I want to hear from you. Lines are open. If you want to call in, you can call in. The number is 310-598-3384, and I put the number in the description below. So if you're like, what's the number? It's in the description below. Yeah, we got a spammer. We're going to have to put you in a timeout, just to let you know. No spamming the chat. 310-598-3384. Call me. Let's talk about this. I gave her my heart. She gave me a pen. Exactly. He did something wrong there, didn't he? That's when the movie's saying anything. Again, funny movie, just not realistic. Not how it works. Boy, did I think that's how it worked, though. And I bet you guys did, too, when you watched those romantic comedies growing up. What else are you supposed to think, right? What's up? You are on the air. What's your name, age, where are you calling from? Is this 702? Is this Vegas?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hi, my name is Chris. I'm 80. No, I'm sorry. I'm 35. At Tripp. So, I had a quick question. It looks like there's somewhat of a lag, I guess, on the.
Yeah. So I'm here. I'm here. So just pause the video and then you can talk to me here on the phone.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, Tripp, yeah, I have a question. I just have someone I'm interested in. I guess you could say we've been friends for a while, and I know you said we were kind of talking about getting outside the friend zone. I know that clear intention hasn't been really discussed, honestly. Lately, like the energy has been somewhat standoffish. But I know like this past few days, we did hang out with a group of friends, and we were all just discussing. I guess you could say all interacting with their own friends, but never really connected in that way. So, I didn't want to force the issue or anything like that, but I know her birthday is coming up sometime this week, and I was just wondering if I should greet her happy birthday and kind of address the issue then, or just.
So does she have any idea that you're interested in her? Is there any context?
Yes. I believe so. I mean, I have put it forward out there in terms of, I don't know if it's like directly, I'm interested in you in those words, but more so of like, hey, trying to hang out, offer the invitation to not hang out, but more so, offering time to get together.
And what happens? Does she take that invitation?
It's always like, I guess a time issue, but then there are times where she has offered me to go out with her a couple times, but
I mean, like, have you guys ever tried to? Have you ever tried to hang out with her alone?
Yeah.
And then what happens? Do you guys hang out alone?
I know she tried to offer me. I mean, I've helped her out and move her stuff too. So that's how deep our friendship is. But offering alone, I know she's offered me a few months ago, but I respectfully had to decline because.
Why?
It was just like a time conversation too. But I mean, we do interact with each other. We do have like, I guess you could say co-ed leagues that we participate in.
If you tried to ask her out, what would happen? And she said no. Would that be a big deal? I mean, do you guys hang out a lot in the same circle? Is she like always around?
Yeah.
Is she in your friend group?
Definitely, yeah. We're actually both in like big on personal development. So.
Okay,
yeah.
So then my advice to you is to leave this alone. Do not try to go for her. Your friend group should be sacred, right? Your friend group is very important. And while people meet through friends, usually the attraction sparks right away and the context is set right away. But in your case, it's not, because you have failed to set the context earlier enough to get her to know that you're interested, and nothing has happened. So because of that, and you've taken too much time, now it's going to be awkward. So now you're going to potentially make an awkward situation with you guys. And I think that it's going to be a bad move for you to go for her, and also bad for your mindset to sit here and try to strategize how to get one woman. So if I were you, what's going to be better for you is to go off and try to meet other women who are not in your friend group, that you can set the context right away. And also you won't have any risk of ruining or making anything awkward within the friend group. So I would just drop this and leave it alone.
All right, thanks. I mean, I've been practicing the abundance mentality too, so
Exactly.
I didn't want to put too much eggs in one basket,
Yeah,
So, but,
exactly.
I respect her and all that, so.
No girl is. There's not one girl who's worth that risk. Even if she's someone who's pretty, who's got a nice personality, there's another one out there that has the exact same thing, probably even better. But it shouldn't be trying to go for her at the expense of this social circle that you've already created. And that goes the same for anyone who's trying to get a girl at work. Same idea. Bad idea. Stay outside of that. Stay outside of that and meet someone outside of that. That's what I say.
All right. Sounds good.
Thanks,
Thank you
man.
for the feedback.
Thanks for calling. Take care. I can tell. It's not what he wanted to hear. No one wants to hear that. They're like, nah, yeah, just give me like what do I do to get her attracted to me though? What do I say? I mean, if you really wanted to do it, you just tell her that you have a crush on her. Hey, listen, I have a little crush on you. I've always had a little crush on you. She's going to respond with either, ooh, I don't, sorry, or, oh my God, me too. And then that's the risk. What's going to happen is if she says, ooh, no, I don't, now you've made it weird and awkward. We have another call. What's up, man? You're on the air. What's your name, age, where are you calling from? And don't forget to mute the video.
Oh, hey, Tripp. I'm Jared. I'm 21, and I'm calling from California.
Cool. What's your question?
My question is, basically, a little while ago, me and this girl were in the same class together, and I was interested in her, and so I ended up asking her out, and she ended up having a boyfriend, and so after that, everything got really awkward after we met. I'm sorry. It got really awkward from then on out when we were in the class together, and I was wondering, how would you prevent things from getting awkward from after that? Because I'm likely going to see her at some point again, passing by through campus, and I was wondering how you would keep things from getting awkward, basically.
Well, things are only going to be awkward if you feel awkward. So what you have to do is just treat her like a friend and treat her normal, almost in a way where you're pretending like it never happened, like you're cool with it, like you're aware of what happened, but you're not letting it affect you. Okay?
Right.
Awkwardness, it's not like you ever prevent something from becoming awkward. You're just preventing yourself from feeling awkward. So if you act awkward, boom, it's awkward. But if you don't and you just treat it normally, then it's not. You understand?
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Also, being that you're in school, and I want to say this to all the guys out there, you should be focusing on school. So I want you to focus more on school than trying to go after girls. You're going to have plenty of time to go and practice getting women, but right now school should be the priority because that's the thing that you're focused on. Plus, that's going to help you more in the future because your schooling is going to help you to the point lending yourself to get a job and have a career, which and then is going to be attractive to women on top of you just having an awesome life. So priority right now, school. Focus on school.
Okay.
Plenty of time afterwards. Once you get out of school, boom, start watching these videos again, start taking the advice, go out and start meeting girls. Okay?
Okay.
Cool, man. Thanks for calling.
Thanks, Tripp.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, focus on your school if you're in school. That's why you're there. It's too hard to balance it all. Balancing the women, balancing your studies. Get good grades. Network. You should network because that's going to be good for business and things like that too. But networking is much different than hitting on women, okay? Because networking is just being friendly and talking to people and making connections. But With women, it's a whole other game, flirting, things like that. So focus on your school. It will take you further in life. Guys, if you want to call in, oh, we got a call. What's your name, age? Where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Tripp? This is Anthony. I'm 25, calling from LA.
Cool, LA, my old stomping grounds. What's going on, man? What's your question?
Yeah, man, I think we talked on Instagram maybe once or twice, but yeah, man, I've been consuming your content, read your book, and I love everything you're doing. And yeah, I just had a quick question. I actually wanted your take on something that kind of happened a little while ago. So I have this female friend that I've known for a few years, and when we first met, we kind of hit it off. But she had a boyfriend at the time, so we kind of just became friends by default. And then fast forward a few years later, which is like a few months ago, we're both single, and we were just kind of texting. And long story short, we were texting, and she was like, "Oh, what you been up to?" And then I was like, "Oh, just do my thing, dating." And then she was like, "Oh, I'm like, being playful, like, oh, you're dating? Like, oh, I'm jealous." And I was like, "Oh, okay, well, let's go on a date." And she was like, "Oh, yeah, like, really? Oh, crazy." And then we just kind of ended up, flirting, and we basically kind of opened up to each other that we always, had a crush on each other. So over the next few weeks, I was just trying to ask her out like 3 times, and she wasn't, she always had like an excuse. Like, she was always busy, always like has something going on. And like, I would see her Instagram stories, and like she goes out with her friends for a drink. So I'm just like, okay, this, this girl is like doesn't want to make time for me. So, okay, she's probably not interested.
Right.
But it's just confusing because we had just, admitted like, oh, we both like each other. Like, okay, let's do it. So yeah, like I'm already kind of like, left it alone. I don't talk to her anymore. I just was over it. I was like, okay, this isn't going anywhere. I'm not going to waste my time. So, I'm talking to other girls, like I'm doing approaches, but I just wanted to get your take on that because I was really confused.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the deal. Let me give you a piece of advice here. Just at this point, assume that when it comes to dating, when it comes to women, that you're always going to be involved in these situations where you're like, I don't get it. She said one thing, she did another thing. What happened here? Just assume that that's going to happen all the time. Okay? So then that's going to take away this burning curiosity of, oh my God, like, why is this happening to me? Like, that is kind of like status quo. That's going to happen. The reason why it happens, there's a million. Maybe she said that because it felt good to say it in the moment, but she didn't really mean it. Maybe she said it because she wanted to reciprocate, or she wanted to just kind of feel good in that moment. Maybe at the end of the day, she's dating other guys and they're more interested in them, whatever the case. Just assume that you're going to get a lot of that. And then I want you to always look at the behaviors and the actions and not the words. Okay? The behaviors is what says it all. Kind of like the topic of what we're talking about today. On today's topic, right? What do girls do when they like you? They make time for you. They make time for you. They give you attention. They meet up with you. This girl isn't, which obviously is confusing. You're like, she said one thing and did another. Why she did that? Doesn't matter. You don't know. You'll never know. What's important is to assume that that's probably going to happen a lot. Don't let it, make you so curious that you're just like, I don't get it. Just always be focused, tunnel vision on the behavior. Is she meeting up with you? Is she touching you? Are you guys touching each other? Is it a sexual context? Just focus on the behavior. That's it, because that's all that matters. Because people say things all the time. A woman might say something in the moment because she's caught up in the emotions of the moment, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily true. Okay? So just make sure that you understand that. That's what I would do from here on out.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Tripp. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, bud. And yeah, stop asking this girl out. Move on from her. She's done. I would completely ignore her and move on to other women that actually want to give you the time of day.
Yeah, I moved on like maybe a week or so ago, but yeah, I really wanted to see what you thought about it, and that makes a lot of sense. Your take on it.
Yeah, awesome, man. Perfect. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, thanks, man. Have a good day.
You too. So, yes, women. That's right. Papillon. Women are very emotional, and so they can get caught up in the emotions of the moment. And their emotions can change and fluctuate, and they can be hormonal, and that can have a heavy effect on how they're feeling in one moment versus another. So, we have another caller. What's up? You're on the air. What's your name, age, and where you're calling from? 818. That's got to be the Valley in California, LA.
Oh, no, I'm calling. My name's Billy, and I'm calling from Tampa, Florida. How you doing tonight?
But you once lived in LA. You must have. 818.
Yeah, I used to live out in LA 2 years ago.
Got it. Awesome, man. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Cool, man. What's your question?
So, there's this girl, we used to work together, and I went out on a date with her on Friday night. We really hit it off, and had a really nice time with her. We got chicken wings together, and she really wanted to go out again and get chicken wings on the next time we're going to hang out. So on yesterday on Snapchat, I suggested getting wings with her, and she said, oh, that would have been fun, but she said she's working that day. So I said, okay, just let me know when your schedule is open so we could hang out and have a good time. And I said, have a good rest of your day. And then she said, absolutely, thank you. And that's all she said. And I just want to make sure that was the right thing to say to her.
Okay, so it was not the right thing to say to her. So as the man taking the lead and being in the dominant situation, you need to be the one in control. So never say to a woman that you're starting to date, let me know. Those are the worst things you could do. You don't want her to let you know. You need to let her know. Okay, you need to be the one in the dominant position. So it should have been like, hey,
Absolutely.
Let me know how things turn out for you. I'm not so busy, so you just let me know because I'm just, doing nothing over here. No. She needs to know that you are creating something. You're creating a time for you guys to meet, so you have to be more direct and you have to make it known. The reason why you're going to do this is A, because it's more masculine and more attractive to a woman, but B, you need to know if you're wasting your time or not. A lot of the reasons why I tell guys to be more direct with asking a girl out, especially my coaching clients who get numbers all the time, and I tell them you got to be more direct because sometimes those women are not interested. And if they're not interested, just know now so you can move on. So you ask them out as fast as possible to let them know, hey, I'm interested in you. We're going on a date. And then you will know from there that this woman is either a waste of time or you guys will end up meeting up. So what was the last text message that you guys sent? We're going to send her another one right now. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do that. That was the last one I sent her was yesterday on Snapchat.
Okay, stop doing Snapchat. Stop DMing. Stop Facebook messaging. Get into the most personal space that you can with a woman digitally, and that's going to be in her text messages. So always go for the number, okay?
Okay.
Go for the number, get the number. That's the place where she's doing most of a person's activity is going to be in their text messages. So text messaging, okay? Plus Snapchat's the worst. They disappear, and even DMs, like they're just kind of like in a bunch of other DMs, probably from a bunch of other guys texting her. But the people that she's the closest with are the people who are texting her. So get into the text messages. Okay. So,
Okay.
So
What do you want me to message her?
what was the last thing said again?
The last thing I said to her was, just let me know when your schedule's open so we can hang out and have a good time.
What did she
And
say?
then
What did she
said,
say before
yes,
that?
Absolutely. Thank you.
How many dates have you been on?
How many dates have I been on? Just one on Friday night with her. She's we used to work together.
Does she know it's a date?
She said it was hanging out. She wanted it as hanging out because I think it's more of a friendship thing at first.
And you guys got wings? Very casual.
Yeah, we got chicken wings. She loves chicken wings.
Yeah,
That's
apparently.
her favorite thing.
Girl loves chicken wings. Bitches
She
love
loves it,
chicken
man.
wings.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's interesting. Interesting
Okay.
girl.
Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to just text her right now, okay, and say this. Say, hey, I know
she's working right now.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Doesn't
she's
matter.
Working. It's doesn't matter at all.
Doesn't matter.
You got it.
That's the beautiful part about texting is that you don't have to text at the right time. When they want to look at their phone, they'll look at their phone. When they want to respond, they'll respond.
Yeah.
Okay, so the conversation is kind of like always continuous. So that's why don't ever end a conversation with like, have a good day. I mean, you can say that, but like in the very beginning of it's like if you're dating someone that makes sense for a while, or she's your girlfriend, like, hey, hope you're having a good day or have a good day. But you don't want to like solidify like some sort of end to the conversation because then it's like balls in her court. The ball should be in your court.
I just don't want to be like too like needy, like with her, like just texting her a lot.
You shouldn't.
So
And you shouldn't be.
Like,
you should not be texting her a lot. Texting should only be used to meet up with the person. But we haven't gotten that done yet, so we need to do that. So what I would text her right now is I would text her and say, hey, I know this great drink. I know this great spot to get drinks.
Okay.
Don't even worry
like
about it. You'll figure that out. Whatever that is, like, don't worry about it. So just say, hey, I know this great place to get drinks. When are you free next week?
Okay.
Just say
then her birthday's coming up on Wednesday next week on the 25th. So that'll be interesting.
Whatever. Don't worry about it. So wait, hold on. I want to rewind a second. Did she say in the earlier text that she was busy? You said let me know. What did she say before that again?
What I said or what she said?
What did she say? What did she say?
So I tried to get wings with her again because she suggested, I want to get wings again. So I suggested to her Buffalo Wild Wings because they have this really good deal.
Okay, got it. Okay. So cool. So now we're just switching it up. So this is fine to say, hey, and this is going to be a test. If she doesn't answer to this, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. She either likes you or she doesn't like you. It's like, it's black and white. She's interested or she's not interested. If she's interested, guys, I want everyone to listen to this very carefully. If she's interested, then she is going to be like, this is great. Like in her head, she's like, oh, wow, he asked me out again, like to get drinks. She's going to be like, yeah, she's going to find a time. She will make the time. She'll make the time to do it. Okay?
Yep.
If she's not interested, she'll make some sort of excuse and she won't make it happen. Or she'll be half interested. She'll make an excuse and da-da-da-da-da. You only need to be going for women who are super interested. Interested. And that's it. So if she gives you some half-assed answer, whatever, just drop it, man. Just move on. Okay? And then move on to a girl who is interested. But if she gives you a direct answer like, yeah, I'm free Tuesday, or, hey, I'm just busy right now. I'll check my schedule later. Just let it be.
Yeah, that's what she said. She was that she's working. She said it would have been fun, so that's what she said. That it would have been fun to get wings with you.
Right.
So
then we don't want to say let me know. Just you would. I guess you could at that point say let me know. Or you could say just like cool, and then drop it and then move on and just assume that she'll never get back to you, and don't sit there and wait for her. Okay. So
got it.
Send that text message right now. Just say, hey, I
Got it.
know a great drink spot. When are you free next week? Because this is saying to her, I'm interested in hanging out with you. This is not about you and me being friends and we like wings. Let's get wings again. Like, no, this is you saying to her, like, I want to hang out with you again underneath this different context. Not just because we share a passion of wings. Okay?
Got it. Thank you so much, man. You're awesome.
You're welcome, buddy.
Appreciate
Take care.
all your help.
You're welcome. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good luck. Have a good one.
Thanks. Holding in this sneeze now for the last 44 minutes. It's ready to come out. Guys, love the questions today so far because these have been very, very appropriate to the conversation that we've been having and appropriate to the topic of today. Girls will only do this if they like you. What are they going to do? They're going to make the time to see you. I've seen this in my personal dating life before. Girls who are interested, make the time. Girls who are not interested, push you aside. What's up? You are on the air, and I can hear myself. Put me on mute. And hey, what's up, man? What's your name, age, and where are you calling from?
Hey, I'm Tan. I'm from New Jersey. I'm 20.
What's up, buddy? What's your question?
So it's just a general question. I won't go too much into detail, but let me just frame it this way. So there was this girl who I used to date. We don't date anymore, but the question is, should you lie and not make them hurt, or should you tell them the truth and make them hurt? What would you suggest?
The truth about what?
About anything, I don't want to go into detail. I don't feel comfortable, but it's just a general question.
Okay. It'd be more interesting if you did go into detail, but the quick answer is if you're lying, that means that you have an insecurity. If you're lying about something, then that means that you're hiding something, that you have a fear of someone seeing who you are or a truth. Again, this is a vague answer because you're asking a vague question, but most of the time if you're lying, it's because you're feeling insecure about something and it's not really a good way to either show confidence, but if you're lying, they might think you're still confident, but you're going to be reinforcing in yourself that you're not confident and that you don't really respect yourself.
Yeah. I understand that, but what if that lie would hurt one person or other?
I can't answer this question unless you give me more detail because I don't know how to answer a question unless it's more specific. It's got to be specific. It all depends.
So it's I think I got the answer, but I don't feel comfortable getting that much in detail. But yeah, thanks. At least I got a clue. So.
You're welcome, buddy. Thank you for calling.
No problem.
Guys, no vague questions. Okay? Lines are open. Phone number, hotline in the description, as you know. So let's do it. Who's got more stuff? Tripp, man, thanks for all the great advice. This hot Ukrainian girl totally just answered me back 30 seconds ago, literally. Good job, buddy. Adam said, do you need to know right away if you want to be with them? No. It can take time. I don't think that you figure that out that quickly. Guys, am I coming in clear, by the way? I mean, I know I'm coming in clear, but am I loud enough? If I'm loud enough, just say yes. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me and it's not too soft. Okay. Guys, if you're interested in getting help specifically from me one-on-one, I want you to visit the website called coachedbytripp.com where you'll see an application for us to work together. When you fill out that application, I will read it. I read every application. I will reach out to you via text or via email. We'll set up a call. We'll see if coaching is a good fit. As you can see, I'm answering these questions. Gives you kind of an idea of what it might look like for us to do coaching, but it's going to be really specific to your situation. It's going to be specific to your problems, and whatever they are, we can solve them. I work with a lot of guys. I have a roster of about 10 to 15 clients at any time. So let me help you. Let's do coaching. There's a few spots available right now. So in order to be a part of the coaching program, you have to be 18 or older, have to have access to a phone so we can talk, or be able to get in person where we can help you. So please help yourself. Coachedbytripp.com. Apply. Let's talk about your issues. Let's fast forward and get you to the point where it's working for you. If you want to call in, I can do another caller or two, 310-598-3384. The number is in the description down below. Looks like everyone's saying yes, which means that I am coming in clear, which is great. What are the chances of someone you used to date getting back to you after dumping you? You shouldn't be asking that question, because that question is not something that you should be trying to get an answer to, because that's not something you should be trying to do. Guys, abundant mindset, abundance. There are so many women out there. I talk about this in my book on page 151, my book called Magnetic. And I have a whole section about the abundance mindset, how to achieve it, and what it means. And what it means is that there are women out there who you don't have to be chasing. There are women out there who you can still get attracted, who are not at work, not in your friend group, not going to make it awkward. You should be going for those women in a more ideal situation. Okay? That's what I want for you. That's what I want for you. What's up? You're on the air. What's your name, age, and where are you calling from?
Tripp, you hear me, man?
Loud and clear, friend.
All right. This is Logan from San Diego, 33.
I used to know a Logan who is 33, who's from San Diego, but he lives in LA, but that's not you. What's up, man?
Okay. Let me see if I can give you the Cliff Notes version quickly as possible. So, met this chick over here. She's from England. Met her at a party. She was with a bunch of other friends. We all went out one night, and I'm like, okay, this chick's pretty cool. Got her number, and I work for the airlines. And so I told her, hey, I'm going to come to England. I'm like, I gotta go over there, got to do some things or whatever. She said, okay, whatever. We chatted it up a little. We've been texting back and forth. This was last month that I met her, let's say middle of August. And 2 weeks ago, I called her up. I said, hey, I got this thing going on in England, or specifically in London, the second, third, or fourth weekend. It was a sailing thing. I also like to go sailing. So it's over there in London. I said, hey, I can pick one of those 3 weekends. Let me know. You want to go hang out? I'm going to come over there. I can pick one of those. I'm going to go for 2 days. Pick one of those and tell me which one works for you. She's like, okay, yeah, I'll get back to you. Now, there's obviously a time zone difference there. So she texts me the very next morning and says, oh, we can do the next day. The Saturday, this was last weekend, essentially. She says we, because she's like super attached with this one friend that she travels with all the time. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I go over there. I do my thing Friday, see her Saturday. We're hanging out. Her friend, she asked another friend, whatever. I'm like, okay, this is not too peachy or whatever. But our texting conversation had been pretty decent. And then, but the meeting up, the hanging out, we hung out all day. We did a bunch of different things, went to a bar or whatever. And then she has other friends come over and meet. And I don't know if she's just like, oh, this American dude wants to.
You weren't clear. You weren't clear with her.
I'm probably sure. No, I'm probably a little bit in damage control. But my question is, first of all, 2 parts. Do you think it's apparent to her that I'm crossing an ocean, and even though I said I got this other thing, I'm calling her to say, hey, let's go do something. That's the first question. Do you think it's apparent to her that you have an interest in her? You're like, okay, you weren't clear. You're probably right. I probably should have done more. But is that even coming across, do you think?
Does the answer to that question matter?
I guess on this end, no. At this point, no. It did then. Second part is never gave me an opportunity to actually tell her, hey, I like you. I want to do something. So it just, top opportunity never came around. Do I do that now, or do I just like button this over the rug and like get out of it and like go on?
Well, first of all,
like, do I even take the opportunity and say, hey, you know what? It's not a problem for me to go back and forth.
There's a bigger question here. Is what are you going to do if this works out? You going to move to England?
It's a 9-hour flight, bro. I do it all the time. It's not an issue. I'm like, if it works out, sure. I mean, who knows? To me, that's putting the cart before the horse, though, at the moment, isn't it?
Well,
you gotta like see if
not really, because you can end up in a really bad spot. What if you end up really liking this girl, and now you're realizing, oh shit, I just fell in love with a girl who lives all the way in England, even though you might see her all the time. You know, it all depends on what you're looking for. So you really need to know, you need to start with the end in mind. You need to figure out, is this just a girl you want to sleep with? Because here's the thing, man. A lot of guys might be like, oh, it's just a girl I want to like have sex with and sleep with. And they do it enough times and biology takes over. They start to like the girl. And then all of a sudden they realize, uh-oh, I work with this girl. Uh-oh, she's in my friend group. Uh-oh, she's long distance. Uh-oh, I'm in a non-ideal situation with the girl who I just really like, and now you've cost yourself time because you're going to need to figure out what to do, and most likely in these situations, especially long distance, it doesn't work. So in this case, you would think, oh, don't put the cart before the horse, but really you got to think ahead here because you never know what can happen. I don't think anyone should ever go into a situation like this, where I don't think a guy should ever go into a situation like this just to see what happens, because it can cause a lot of trouble. Does that make sense?
Okay. So just back off then, you think, or let her trap to me, or do I even just say anything and say like, hey, I'm into this, and whatever, take the rejection or proceed, or is it? What do you think? If
you're into this girl, and you want to try this out, which I strongly suggest you don't, but if you really want to do it anyways, you got to just be super clear with her and just say. Text her and say, hey, or call her up and just say, hey, let's hang out, you and me. Let's go grab a drink or let's go get some dinner. Let's make it a date. Like, be very clear to the point where she knows that you're being direct. So you're forcing her to either reject you or say, oh, okay, great, let's do it.
Yeah. I'm all right with that, I guess. I'm like, it's a case of it's going to happen or it's not. So I saw her Saturday. And what is today? Today's Tuesday. Do I do it ASAP, or do I give her a little bit of time to see if she comes to me, or just like hurry up and just do it, man?
Right now. Literally, like right now, you should text her right now.
All right. Well, I'm on it then, bro. I'm on it. And right before I go, what is your thought on long-distance relationships? Bad idea or?
Bad idea. Bad idea. Long-distance relationships should only be reserved for people who are in a relationship. This is the only exception, and I'll explain why. The only exception is that you've been in a normal relationship with someone, and then they have to go long distance. Like, I had two friends who were together for like 3 years, but the guy had to go off and get an MBA, so he had to go and get a degree in a different town. So he had to be long distance for like a couple years, which sucks, by the way. Really bad situation, but they made it work because they were already together. They were planning on getting married, so there you go. And so, so that's the only situation. But if you're in a situation where you don't even know the girl that well yet, you're not dating yet, long distance, it's just the statistics. Like, it rarely works out. And plus, it's just it's just like a shitty relationship. It's shitty. It doesn't matter. A lot of guys will treat women like they're unicorns. No. This girl's different. She's beautiful. She's got an accent. She's got this going for her. So they say, oh, this girl's so unique, which not all women are. There's a lot of great women out there. And then they get themselves into this long distance relationship and they suck. They're terrible. Like, it's so much more fun and better to be in a relationship with a girl that you can see all the time, where it's more normal. So it's pretty, and then at the end of the day, it's like, okay, we fell in love with each other, and now, like, what do we do? And then it's like you have all these fun feelings and emotions, and you get caught up in the moments, and then it becomes this sad reality of, oh, you're not going to move to America, or you're not going to move to my city, or whatever it is, and it, 9.9 times out of 10 ends up in a breakup. So
I get that. I just felt like, I don't know, there's something cool. I just wanted to try it. I mean, it's probably doomed, but I was like, what the hell?
Well, you can try it, but I warn you heavily, and I really don't want you to waste your time, because you're going to learn this, and you're going to be like, shit, I should have listened to Tripp. So if I were you, I'd back off and go for quality women in your town. Yes.
All right, man. So recapping right quick, I haven't talked to her since Saturday. No communication. Just do it right now and say, hey, I'm interested. Let's do this or not.
Yeah, don't say I'm interested in you. That's a little over. Just say like, hey, let's go grab a drink. Let's make it a date. And then if she says yes, great. Meet up with her and then go for the kiss.
So try to make plans versus just straight up telling her, hey, I like you.
Correct. But you say like, hey, let's make it a date. Like just to be clear, you say to her like, just to be clear, just you and me. This is a date. If she likes you, she'll be excited. Right. She'll say, okay, smiley face, whatever, So
I got it.
There you go, my friend.
That's what I needed.
Thanks for calling.
All right, take care.
Bye. That wraps up another session here. Live. Lots of people today. Guys, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here on your Tuesday afternoon. This was great. Great questions. Great people calling in and being respectful. Always appreciate that. So, yeah, if you need help in this area, you need help with getting women attracted to you, you need help with getting over approach anxiety, you need help with understanding how to maneuver this whole dating world, but more importantly, create an active dating life for yourself with quality women. If you need that in your life and you want to learn how to do it, let me guide you. Go to coachedbytripp.com, apply today, and I will help you with these issues. I do it every day. Been doing it for 10 years. Let's do it. You guys rock. Thanks for being here. Wraps it up. I'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central. We're going to do another live for some of the people who can't get off of work. See you tomorrow.